Okay, so today we are going to talk about literary interpretation. And some of it is exactly what you're thinking. It's just interpreting literature. So what do we read? And one of those things, we'll start off with literal, okay? And literal is what is actually said. Like there's no hidden meaning, there's no secret. It's going to be a fact, something you can memorize. So like vocabulary words, that's going to be, something where you can just memorize, and it's just going to be the very basic understanding. So think of it, if it were a test, it would be like a multiple choice. If we think of like old nursery rhymes, a cow jumped over the moon, the test would say, who jumped over the moon or what jumped over the moon? Oh, the cow. So that is a literal interpretation. And that is something that you've been doing since probably first grade. A very, tell me what was in the book. What we're hoping is that you have moved along a bit in that to what we're going to call interpretive. So, what was implied? What was inferred? Using your prior knowledge, attaching new learning to old information. And a lot of this is you, when addressed with it, you probably feel a little uncomfortable because it isn't that easy answer. Who, what, when, where. It's tell me about this. What is your opinion? Interpret something. So someone walks into a room and then I ask you, well, why? And you can go through earlier chapters and this is why, and this is why I think this. And so we're interpreting, and it's very cloudy. There is no right or wrong. You're having to provide a lot of the information, and you're having to provide the why. Like why, whatever you said, why is that a valid response? And so then we think about applied. And an implied interpretation is really where I hope you get to. And this is analyzing, so taking a lot of that literal interpretation, synthesizing, so taking all this information that you're getting from everywhere and making it relate to a topic, applying it to a topic. So, for example, in a lot of academic research, someone could be talking about one topic, but they read a book about another topic and they see the connections between them. And so, even though this one idea they got has nothing to do with the other one, they see the connection. And that's really what applied knowledge is, taking everything you know and not saying, oh, we're only doing biology, we only apply biology, we only apply physics, we only apply math. Going, oh, biology, that's that one topic, but also remember in history that it came up in this, and making those connections. Again, a lot of you taking the opportunity to take a chance and, kind of take a guess. Be bold, be ridiculous. And then there's appreciative interpretation. So, appreciative interpretation is going to be a lot about kind of the components of something you read, like maybe the way they talk, the ideas, the values that are being presented, the style. And there are certain texts where maybe you like the style, but you didn't like what the story was. Or more often than you like what the story is about, like that's a good topic. I didn't like the way they presented it. So you do zone out. And but these things are important. That's where you can talk, like when you're doing a paper, you can talk about the different, styles used. How did the author, because think about it, like, do you want to read a math textbook? And as your math teacher, I don't want to read a math textbook. It's not interesting. So one of the things that we can go in an appreciative interpretation is, how does someone make math interesting in a text? And there are examples of that. Um, so you analyze those different mechanics and styles they use in order to keep someone's attention. And that's very important. If we don't have someone's attention, No one reads the story or anything. So that's just a quick overview of literary interpretation. Think about how that applies to the book you're reading now. And how do those components form in that case? All right, talk to you soon.